What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Can definitely compete with the big dogs.
10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
You guys are unbelievable, man. I'm telling you.
We are driven by Detroit.
Howdy, folks. How we all doing today? Hopefully all is well in your guys' world, wherever that may be. I know that for some people, because of the fact that this game is on Amazon Prime, that they're not able to watch the game the normal way, which would either be on local networks or on NFL Sunday Ticket. But I've always promised that I was going to do what I could to make sure that I had these games, and I have it this time. So we are ready to rock and ready to roll. The Lions will start with the ball first, and the kickoff is away, and it's going to be a touchback. Out comes the Lions offense. Goff going to be under center. I formation, 2 receivers to the right. Goff is calling an audible. Goff snaps it, hands it off to Montgomery, and it's going to be a pickup of about 2 or 3 yard pickup. Nolan, we don't need a play-by-play. That's what I'm doing this for. And also to everybody, please do not spoil the plays ahead of time. I'm doing well, David. Goff under center. Goff snaps, looks to throw, quick throw, gets it out. Caught by St. Brown for about a gain of 5 or 6. Third and 2 coming up. Goff in the gun, 3 receivers to the left, St. Brown in motion. Goff snaps, looks to throw, gets it out quick, throws it to St. Brown, going to be a first down. Back-to-back throws to St. Brown, back-to-back completions. Goff under center, I formation, J-Mo in motion. Goff snaps it, play action, throws over the middle, quick throw, and one of the few times that St. Brown has not been able to reach in with throw. We'll have to see if St. Brown dropped this or if there was actually some. No, that was a drop. That ball hit St. Brown right in the numbers. That should have been caught. One of the few times we'll see St. Brown drop one. J-Mo in motion, Goff under center. Goff snaps it, hands it off to Monty. Monty's going to get a draw, and he's going to take it, going to pick up a first down. Picks up easily 13 yards on that play. Good job. Goff under center. St. Brown motions in tight. Another man motions back to the right. Goff snaps it. Play action. Sets up a throw. It's going to be a screen to Jameer. Gibbs is going to make some moves and is going to pick up about 6-7 yards. I already answered how I'm doing, David. I'm doing well. All right, Monty's in the backfield. Goff under center. Goff snaps, looks to throw, gets it out quick, throws it, gets it to Jamo, but Jamo drops it. That is now 2 drops as of right now on the last 2 throws. St. Brown dropped one. Jamo just dropped one. How's it going, Garrick? Goff is going to be in the gun, empty formation. 3 receivers to the left. Goff snaps, looks to throw, is going to throw, and gets it to Jamo. And Jamo's going to pick up a good, solid gain. Goff went through his reads, didn't like what he saw, went back up top, and found a good look for Jamo. Goff in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, man in motion. Goff snaps, going to hand it off to Jameer, and Gibbs is going to try and find the corner, but he's not going to get it, but there's going to be flags. It's going to be a hold against Dan Skipper on the left outer hash, so it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. So that's going to send the Lions back 10 yards and put them now going to be 1st and goal. Yeah, that was a hold, unfortunate. Skipper tried to pull his arms in, but damage was already done. He'd already put his arms over him, held him. Was no way that was not going to be called. Goff under center, man in motion. Goff snaps, play action, sets up a quick throw, gets it to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to pick up about 6-7 yards. Going to get back most of that penalty yardage, going to make it 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the Lions 13. Well, sorry. On the 13, Lions are driving in. Goff in the gun. Goff is calling something. Laporta comes in tight. Goff snaps, looks to throw, gets it out, throws it, gets it to Laporta. That was a little tight of a throw there, but good grab by freaking Laporta there. I honestly don't know who won the coin toss, Garrick. I would assume that it was the Packers and they deferred, but the Lions have sometimes won the toss and decided to get the ball first to score first, so I don't know who actually won the toss. Goff in the gun, 2 receivers to the right. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff throws it, and it's too high, but there is a flag in the end zone. And it looks like it's going to be a defensive holding against the Packers. It's going to set the Lions up with a new set of downs right outside of the goal line. It's defensive holding. So Lions get fresh sets of down, and they get moved closer to the goal line, which means the Lions now have 4 plays potentially to get into the end zone. Though chances are they're probably only going to need 1 or 2. Monty is in the backfield with Shane Zylstra. You got a strong eye formation. Goff under center. Man in motion. Goff snaps. It's going to hand it off to Monty, and Monty's going to walk in easy. Touchdown for Detroit. Montgomery with his 12th touchdown of the year. Easy peasy. Good methodical drive. Lions took off about 5 minutes. Good start for the Lions. Take the first drive, go down the field, get into the red zone, convert, make plays. Now comes on Jake Bates for the extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Lions now have a 7-0 lead. 7-0 lead, not leave. All right. Lions offense has done its work. Now we'll see what the Lions defense can do. I'm not as worried. As far as the new hires are concerned, I have yet to make any determination on them. There are a lot of good things I've heard about both Quan Alexander and obviously Jamal Adams, but I have to see what they'll do first before I can come to any real, kind of finalization on opinion. Because Jamal Adams, he's a former Pro Bowl safety, but we obviously know he's not going to be playing safety tonight. He's probably going to be playing a lot more of a joker kind of player, kind of like a linebacker, safety, middle depth kind of player. And Quan Alexander, also a former Pro Bowl linebacker. But again, the real question you have to ask yourself is how realistically quickly could these guys pick up on the defense to really make a difference? Jamal Adams, that's going to be a real big question because while he has association with Aaron Glenn, he's never actually been in his system or had any sort of connection to his system. Whereas Quan Alexander, on the other hand, he has. And Dan Campbell already said it. So for me, it's like, I need to see what those two are going to do before I come to any sort of finalization of opinion. But I will say this. The fact that we've got Arnold out there, the fact that we got Carlton Davis out there, Kirby Joseph, we've also got, Brian Branch. I'm not as worried about the passing element as I normally would be. The actual thing I'm more concerned about tonight is the defense's ability to stop the rushing attack, because we don't have DJ Reader out there. We don't have Levi. We don't have Josh Pascal. So it's like, okay, here. We've got a lot of pieces in the middle of that defense that are not playing. Yes, we still have Aleem McNeil. Yes, we still have Broderick Martin. But it's like, dude, I'm really, really curious to see what we're going to be able to do as far as rush defense with a lot of our interior defensive linemen out. Now, as far as pass rush is concerned, the fact that Za'Darius is out there, that makes me feel good. The fact that Isaiah Muhammad is out there, that makes me feel good. So it's like, hey, you know what? We'll see what happens here. Out comes the Packers offense. Jordan Love, the quarterback, obviously. Lions faithful are making it loud as hell inside of Ford Field. Jordan Love under center, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, single back formation, man in motion. Love snaps it, play action, looks to throw, steps up, and is going to get sacked right away by Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith already getting another sack for the Lions. Honestly, Garrick, the bigger game for us to win as far as end of the season is concerned is the Bills. More important game to win as far as playoff seeding is concerned, it is this game. Lions get the sack, knock them back 7 yards, 2nd and 17 for the Packers offense. 2 men on both sides. Jordan Love drops the throw again, going to step up, run, and he's going to get tackled right away. Going to get only a couple of yards before Jack Campbell got to him. But again, that pressure is making him having to step up into the pocket. It's going to be 3rd and 9, so almost a full 10 yards if they'd started right where they were. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Packers offense. Lions are going to do whatever they can to obviously stop them and get a 3 and out here. Three wide receivers to the right. Love in the gun. Got a man on his left hip. Love's going to snap the ball. Looks to throw. Pressure coming up the front. Love gets hit. And it is incomplete, but there is a flag because they're going to say that Jaden Reed was not given a chance to get the ball. So it's going to be a conversion of down by penalty. Knew that was coming. Defensive pass interference called against Brian Branch. Yeah, that was pass interference because grabbed his waist, impeded his ability to get to the ball. Don't like it, but it's a good call. Love in the pistol. Love snaps the ball, hands it off to Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to try and cut it back and gets nowhere. Might find 1 yard out of that. Couldn't find it on the normal route. Tried to cut it back and couldn't get anything really. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Packers. Probably is just a one-play thing, folks. Let's not get too worked up here. Love under center. Love calling some sort of an audible. 2 receivers to the left, 1 tight end to the right. Love snaps, quick throw for a wide receiver screen, and going to go nowhere. Quan Alexander making the tackle. Garrick, I don't know if that's even a remote possibility, but I mean, wouldn't surprise me if that rumor has some validity to it. All right. Love is going to be in the gun. Going to bring a man in motion, goes back and then forth. Love's looking to throw, going to get pressured, throws it up, and it is incomplete on 3rd down. And the Packers are going to have to punt the ball. Lions are getting good pressure on Love, and Love is feeling it, not liking what he's seeing, and just throwing things out. Out comes the punting unit for the Packers. The punt is away. And it is going to be a fair catch at the 9-yard line where the Lions offense will take up shop. Lions have already gotten the ball back for the second time, and they're going to have at least 6.5 minutes to potentially do something with it in the first quarter to get some more yards and points. All right. I'm going to step off for a brief moment here because I have stuff to do really quickly. Yes, Dean, number 1 is Maurice Alexander. I know that the game is back, folks. Do not worry. We got 7 by a Montgomery rushing touchdown. Goff under center, hands it off to Gibbs. And Gibbs is going to pick up about a yard or 2. Goff going to be in the gun. Going to have Gibbs on his left hip. Got 2 receivers to the left. Tight end comes in tight. Goff snaps it, pitches it out to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to find a small little hole. He's only going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards. Going to be a 3rd and medium coming up. About 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. Oh, 3rd and 5. Even better. 3rd and manageable coming up here. Goff in the gun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff is going to get sacked. Okay, we got it, folks. He's out. Let's move on. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Packers. Trips right for receivers. Love in the pistol. Love looks to throw, gets it out quick, and is going to be caught, but it's going to be short. Going to be a 3rd and 2 coming up. So actually, it is an incomplete pass. It is not complete. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Love in the gun. Love snaps, looks to throw, and is going to get pressure and just throws it away. Goff under center. Goff drops back to throw, gets it out quick to J-Mo. J-Mo's going to dance a little bit, picks up about 6-7 yards. Goff under center, one receiver to the right, two tight ends, tight end in motion. Goff snaps, play action, gets pressured, rolls out to the right, throws it, and throws it away. Actually hit the circle on the down marker there, so pretty damn good throw from Goff, even though it wasn't to a target other than the top of the down marker. Goff snaps, hands it off to. Question is whether or not they're going to give him the forward progression on that, give him the first down. Good job by Gibbs to get up in the middle there, pick up the yardage. They got Mahogany out there. Goff under center. LaFleur is going to challenge. Even if they go, see, this is a wasted of a challenge, in my opinion, because let's just call it for what it is. If freaking LaFleur is right and the challenge is good and the play's overturned, let's just play that hypothetical, shall we? On 4th and inches, do you honestly think freaking Dan Campbell's not going to go for it? And do you honestly think on 4th and inches we're not going to get it? So what are you doing? You're literally challenging something that has almost no benefit to you. Like, seriously, there's no benefit for him to actually do the challenge because it's not really going to benefit him on any sort of level. The only way it would benefit him is if he were to get a second challenge right and then he could get a third challenge out of it. But it's just like, is that really what you want to challenge? Like, it really makes no difference to how you're going to be how much of a better outcome you're going to have with the game. Oh, trust me, Bunny King. I love roasting LaFleur. And trust me, I will always, every now and then, I will go on to Google just to see if I can find pictures of him absolutely looking either like an idiot, looking like he's losing his cool. And let me tell you something, I got some doozies, and they are fun. That's why I love making Packers videos as much as I do, because I always find at least some way to put one of those pictures in there, and I always love doing it. So are we going to just let everybody know what's going on, or are we going to watch the game here, folks? Goff under center, hands it off to Gibbs, and this time nothing. Third and 5 coming up. Goff under center. Brock Wright in motion to the right. Goff snaps, hands it off, and no help there at all. Loss of at least a yard on that play. So the Lions are going to have to punt the ball. All right. Packers with the ball. Love in the gun with two guys back there with him. Man in motion. Love snaps, hands it off, and Jacobs is going to pick up a solid 7 yards. Love under center, 2 receivers to the right, but that's the end of the first quarter. Lions up 7-0. Lions are on the 45 of the Packers. Actually, 46. Goff under center, man in motion. Goff snaps the ball. Going to hand it off to Monty. Monty's going to power his way up in the middle for a good 5-6 yards. And there are flags because there was extracurricular activity, and it's going to go against the Packers. Quay Walker with the extracurricular activity is going to get the extra Packers are just shooting themselves in the damn foot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Quay Walker the same individual that freaking shoved our health or our trainer and got freaking kicked out of the game that time too? Goff under center, man in motion. Goff snaps it, throws it, and was trying to get it to Brock Wright, but there was too much pressure in his face, so Goff kind of just had to throw it out there and hope he could get to him. Goff is calling an audible. J-Mo in motion. Goff snaps. Going to be a draw play. And Gibbs is going to go nowhere. Yes, Jason Laporta is in. Goff in the gun. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff throws. Lions get the turnover, but are unable to capitalize with a touchdown, so out comes Jake Bates for a field goal. Kick is up, and kick is good. Jake Bates pulls it through. Lions go up 10-0. Kenny, that was not a 58-yarder. That was a 43-yard field goal. I do agree with you there, Brian. The offensive line is not giving Goff a whole hell of a lot of time to work with. Love under center at the 30-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. Love snaps it, hands off on a misdirection, and only a gain of about 4. There's Aleem. Love in the gun. Love brings a man in motion. Love snaps, hands it off, and Jacobs is going to fight through a tackle and picks up a first down. But now there are whistles, which appears to be extracurricular activity. And wouldn't you know it, it's got Tucker Kraft on it. Love in the gun at the Lions 47. And Josh Jacobs is going to pick up about another 6 yards. Love in the gun. Love snaps it, hands it off, and this time going to go nowhere. But fights, and it looks like he is going to either be a short or they're going to make sure, or they're going to give it to him. Love under center. Love under center at the 32-yard line. Man in motion. Love snaps, hands it off, and going to be maybe a gain of 1, if that. Third and 3, Love in the gun. Love snaps, is going to hand it off, and they're going to pick up the third down. Back. No, my back is fine. First and 10 for the Packers on the 25-yard line. Love in the gun. Man in motion. Love snaps, hands it off, and going to be a gain of maybe 1 or 2. But there is a flag on the play. Probably going to be a holding against the Packers. It looks like a holding penalty, and it looks like it will be against the Packers. First and 20 for the Packers on the 35. Love looks to throw. Love throws, gets it out, and wow! Branch just laid out Tucker Kraft. Y'all notice that? How the freaking Lions are going after Kraft and they are thwopping him? Nowalski's thwopped him. Brian Branch just thwopped him. Like they're laying him out. Love under center. Love snaps, is going to do a play action. And Love is going to step up, scrambles away, and he's going to scramble out of bounds. Love under center. They're now on the 17-yard line. Love snaps it, hands it off, and going to be no gain. But there is a flag. Going to be illegal use of hands to the face by Zadarius Smith. Dude, that's not hands to the face. That's hands to the neck. I'll give it that, but it's not hands to the face. Love under center. Love snaps it, hands it off, and going to be a second and goal. Third and goal for the Packers. Love in the gun. Trips to the left. One tight end to the right. Man in motion in tight to the left. Love drops back to throw. Is going to get pressured. Throws. And it's in. Goff under center at the 30. Goff snaps it. It's going to hands it off, and Monty is going to find a seam and going to pick up about 9 yards. Goff under center. St. Brown in motion. Goff snaps it. Play action. Throws it. Gets it to Jamo, and Jamo's going to pick up a solid gain down to the 40. Lions are playing hurry up here, keeping the Packers defense off balance. Goff in the gun, looks to throw. Goff's going to throw it out to Demo, and Demo's going to find himself a little bit. Gets about another 5-6 yards. Goff in the gun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Goff is killing the play, going to a second play. Goff snaps it. There's a blitz. Goff throws it. Goff tried to get it to Jamo and just couldn't do it. Goff under center. 2 receivers and 2 tight ends. Goff snaps it. Play action. Goff is going to step up. Throws it. Gets it underneath to Demo, and Demo's going to get a first down. Goff made a good move. Kept the drive alive with a good throw. Gibbs is now in. Goff in the gun. St. Brown in motion to the right. Trips right. Goff snaps it. Play action. Boot right. Goff throws it. Gets it to Laporta, and Laporta is going to pick up about 12 yards. And there's now extracurricular activity. No, not a brawl, but there was about a good, 5-6 Packers, 5-6 Lions, and they're jacking and jawing. They're letting each other know what they think of each other. Refs break it up before anything gets super over the top. We can definitely tell there's a lot of emotion on the field right now. Goff snaps it. Goff gives it to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to bounce it out, and Gibbs is going to pick up about 3 yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 once we come back from the 2-minute warning. Well, You have to think about it, folks. The Lions do their run game, which is about half the time they hold the ball, right? Well, go back to that last drive that the Packers had it. They ran the ball freaking, what was it, 8, 10 times? You run the ball that much, you're going to go through clock really freaking fast. And just to put it to all of you guys, I've got Goff, Demo, I've got JMO, I've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I've got Sam Laporta and the Lions defense and Jake Bates on my fantasy squad. Goff in the gun. Lions are at the 15-yard line. Trips to the right. Goff snaps the ball, throws it quick to Laporta, and Laporta's going to feed his way through, and he's going to get all the way down to the 5 or 4-yard line. Good power there by Laporta. First and goal for the Lions offense. About 1:15 left to go. Lions are on the 4-yard line looking to score. Goff in the gun. Brock Wright in motion. Goff snaps it, hands it off to Demo. Demo is going to get to the 1-yard line before he is stopped. Lions are going to call a timeout with a minute left. Actually, no. Packers are going to call a timeout with a minute left. Packers are trying to conserve clock so that way they can have a chance to get some points before the half. Goff under center. 2 tight ends to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Demo in the backfield. Goff snaps it, is going to scramble it, and Goff is going to get a touchdown. Line judge just threw up his hands. We'll see if the call stands or not. But if it stands, Goff will have gotten a rushing touchdown. I concur. Let's stop with the spoilers, folks. I don't know how many times I've said that in past streams. Stop spoiling it for the rest of the people that are in the stream. Ball is at the half-yard line, if that. It's like literally like a foot. How hard is it to set a game clock to 1 minute? All right. 3rd and goal for the Lions offense. Got a minute to go. Goff under center. 2 receivers to the right. 2 tight ends to the left. Tight end in motion to the left is Laporta. Goff hands it off to Demo, and Demo's going to get nowhere. Already knew that was the time where you should have done play action. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to try and run it. Do something they're not anticipating for once. Fourth and goal coming up for the Lions offense. They're going to go for it. Lions take their first charge timeout with 14 seconds left on the clock. I swear, I love Ben Johnson as a play caller and as a play designer, but there are times where it's like, dude, he is too predictable on certain things. It's like, listen, everybody knows in short yardage situations, we are 9 times out of 10 going to let Montgomery get the ball. Use that to your advantage. When everybody thinks you're going to hand it to Montgomery, do something different. I guarantee you, you're going to get a much better result. Goff in the gun. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff throws it underneath, gets it to Gibbs. Touchdown. Lions score. Nicholas, the reason why he keeps saying Laporta is because Laporta's on his fantasy team and he's wanting fantasy points from it. Goff throws to Gibbs. Touchdown. Lions will now extend their lead to 10 if, of course, obviously, Jake Bates is able to convert the extra point. With 11 seconds left, the Packers will have no choice but to just run the clock out and go into the half down by 10. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Lions extend their lead to 10 before the half period. That is a perfect Texas route right there. For anybody that does not know what a Texas route is, it's also called an angle route. And pretty much what an angle route is, if you watch the replay right there, the wide receiver does a hard out to the flat, and then he cuts it back into a 45 degree. And pretty much what happens is you're going to have that defender that's going to be going to the outside. He's going to have all this weight going outside. He can't cut back in. So provided there's no linebacker or safety in the middle there, it should be a wide open throw, which is exactly what that was. That was a great run route right there by Gibbs. Great throw by Goff. That's how you execute that shit against man coverage. Great job. Garrick, that's sometimes what you have to do. Sometimes you have to take risks. And Bates will kick the kickoff away. And the ball will come out to the 30 with 11 seconds left, and the Packers have no timeouts. Oh, I agree. Let's understand something here, folks. The Texas route, in the best way I can put it, is a slant route for running backs. And if you've played wide receiver or if you've played tight end, I can tell you this right now. Any route that takes you over the middle, you dread it a certain extent, especially if you don't trust your quarterback. Now, seeing as how the Lions have a good quarterback, that's not that big of a deal. And to answer your question, Kenny, the Packers will get the ball to start the second half. You can tell that Matt is freaking pissed off as hell. Once he was done with that interview, he started sprinting. He is pissed. Have y'all not gotten like this? Let me ask you all this question for those that are actually in the chat here. Is it just me, but is like Matt LaFleur starting to develop a kind of like grudge the same way that, Sean McVay had with the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan? Like, I don't know what it is, but every time LaFleur plays the Detroit Lions, it's always like there's this freaking ego about him. Like, he cannot stand losing to us. And I've noticed it that over the last couple of years, it's gotten worse. Like, ever since he became the head coach and you had all this nonsense about how the Packers were beating us with Rodgers and all that, he was happy as a clam. But now with the Packers, let's see here. The Packers have literally won only twice since Dan Campbell's become the head coach. And Dan Campbell's been the head coach for 4 years. So think about it. This is the 8th game. In 8 games, of which we've played 7, LaFleur has only beaten the Lions twice. Considering the fact of when he first became the head coach, which I don't know what the hell that was, way back in the mid to late 2010s, I mean, yeah, it kind of seems like he's gotten to a point where it's almost formed like a bit of a grudge for him because it's like, I mean, dude, there are so many times that I have seen him and his face just gives it away, like how much he just despises losing to us. I mean, let me show you guys what I mean here. The best picture I have ever seen of Matt LaFleur, as far as after they've lost to us, best picture I've ever seen. Describes it in a nutshell. Like, you guys have all heard the saying, like, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? The best picture I have ever seen of LaFleur to describe the contempt he has for when he loses to us is this picture. I'm going to show you it right now as I share it on my screen. That picture right there. That picture was taken after they lost to us when we went to Green Bay earlier this year. I remember seeing that picture and I was like, man, that is the face of somebody that absolutely is pissed, but at the same time wants to cry. like I said, I think honestly, out of all the coaches in the NFL that I love seeing give faces, I think Matt LaFleur is the one that I love the most. Yes, Kenny, that was the last time we played them. That was when we went to Green Bay during that rainy, nasty game that we played. This picture was taken at the press conference right after that game. So this literally happened like a couple of weeks ago. But I mean, if you think that's funny, like there are other pictures in here that are absolutely hilarious. Let me show you guys some other ones that I've got because there's some good ones. Let's see here. What's another good one? Oh, here we go. Okay, maybe I have to close this one and then share it with the share it again. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Here's another good one for you. Like I said, I could do this for at least a good solid 10, 15 minutes. I love finding pictures of Matt LaFleur looking like a complete moron. And trust me, like I said, there are some doozies. Now, unfortunately, this was not after he played us. I think this was after the Packers played the Titans. Dude, Kenny, you don't understand something. I have got hundreds, if not at this point, probably over 1,000 of different transparents on my computer. And I'm not just saying Packers. I've got stuff for virtually almost every single team in the NFL as far as players, logos. I mean, my computer has a crap ton of stuff on it. Now, I will say this. The other one that's really funny, let me see here. Let me see if I can find it. This is actually kind of fun for me because now I actually get to put some stuff out that is kind of hilarious here. Because I love ripping on Matt LaFleur. That's probably one of the best things about being a podcaster is I get the chance to rip on people. Let's see here. What's another good one? Let's see here. Trying to find it. Sometimes it works better if you use the keyboard function. Here's another one. Let's see here. Here we go. Here's another good one. Ryan Fitzpatrick got his own little bust. I'm assuming it's something to do with State Farm. Now, I will say this. The only other coach that I love finding faces like this for is Sean McVay. That's the only other coach I really enjoy finding stuff for. And that one, there's a lot of good ones. Let's see here. Sean McVay, where are you? Here we go. Well, there's a goodie. Here we go. This is a goodie. This one's an old one, but boy, does it ever still fit. Here's a much younger Sean McVay, and the reason why I can say that is because, as you can see right here, that is the old Rams logo. So this must have been like the very first year or so he was the head coach of the Rams, because they definitely do not use that logo anymore. Come to think of it, I want to see what the stats are looking like right now. So as it stands currently, Jared Goff is 14 of 20 for 131 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, 1 sack for 3 yards with a 104.4 passer rating. Jordan Love is 3 for 7. Jordan Love has half as many completions in terms of throws compared to Jared Goff, of which Jordan Love is only 31 passing yards with a 56.2 passer rating. Lions have ran the ball 16 times for a total of 46 yards, so definitely not good. Whereas the Packers have ran the ball a total of 14 times for 80 yards. So definitely a little bit of a mismatch, if you will, in terms of production. Typically, they usually do a 15 to 20 minute halftime period is usually the length interval it is for halftimes. So they've been in commercial break now for, I'd say, about 10, 12 minutes. So probably about another few more minutes until the halftime period's up, and then we're back to the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get going here before too long. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been nervous all day. I know that from where I kept... Dude, I'll tell you this right now. Between Twitter and between Facebook, the amount of crap I have heard from Packers fans all day about how, oh, we're nothing, we're this, we're that, they're going to whoop us. I'm like, dude, you guys are talking so far out your ass, it's not even funny. I mean, the thing about it is that the Packers, don't get me wrong, they're a talented team, they're a talented bunch. But let's call what we know here about the team itself. Number one, the Packers offense will only go as far as Jordan Love will allow it to go. And what I specifically mean about that is when Jordan Love is on, that offense can run no problem. But when he's off, even a little bit, not like just a horrible night for him, if he's just off a little bit, the offense completely falls apart. Because then at that point, now you have to rely solely on your rush attack. And while Josh Jacobs is a damn good running back, here's what I know for a fact. Out in Oakland and also Las Vegas before they transferred over, he tried to do that. And correct me if I'm wrong here, he had Derek Carr out there for a number of years. And they won what? One playoff game while he was out there? That's my whole point, is that Jordan Love will literally have the ability to make the team successful for the Packers as far as he's allowing it to go. The Packers are not a good enough team to where they can overcome Love's insufficiencies. And he's got quite a many of them. Everybody wanted to talk about how, oh yeah, he's gonna be the next, this, that, or other thing. It's like, dude, no, he's not. He's had 11 interceptions in 14 games, number one. Number two, the guy's not even completing 64% of his passes. But back to the game. Love is in the pistol. Packers are at the 30. Love snaps it, hands it off, and holy cow, Branch comes up and just lays a wallop on freaking Josh Jacobs. Branch is playing with some violence. That's the second big hit Branch has put on a Packer. Love is in the gun by himself, empty formation. Sorry, Nicholas, no. Love drops back to throw, looks to throw, throws up deep. And wow. Watson beat Davis way bad. First time I can honestly say Carlton Davis has gotten burned bad, but Davis got burned bad there. Watson had him beat by a solid 5 yards. That's probably the worst play I've seen out of Davis all year. Packers are now on the 12-yard line. Love in the gun, play action, throws it, gets it to Watson again, but the pass is dropped. So, just came across the wire by Adam Schefter. Aleem McNeil has now been ruled out with a head injury. So, he left, came back in, and now he's been ruled out after playing the remainder of the first half. So, I don't know what the hell's going on, but apparently something. Love under center, man in motion. Love snaps, play action, looks to throw, is going to throw it, and way too far out of bounds. So now it's 3rd and 10 after the Packers got a huge gain. So, well, they actually just said it. It's not a concussion. So he's not concussed. It's a head injury, which if it's not a concussion, what the hell kind of head injury could it possibly be? Love in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, make that now 3, 1 to the right. Love's got a man on his right hip. Love looks to throw. Love's getting blitzed. Love throws it. And Tucker Kraft gets it. Tucker Kraft just literally pulled that one out of the air. And once again, beat Carlton Davis on that one. I mean, I can't say that Davis got burned. That was good coverage. Davis was on his back hip, put up his arm. It was, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, that was a good throw. It was a better throw in spite of good coverage. All right, Lions lead has now been cut down to 3. So it's now 17-14. Oh. Ugh. Braylon didn't spoil anything, anybody. I'd literally already said it long before he'd said anything. He's just repeating. This is part of the reason why I get a little frustrated, because it's like, I try my best to where you guys don't start doing this kind of nonsense, but it still somehow happens. It's like, listen, just keep it simple. At the end of the day, all we're here for is to enjoy football. There's no reason for people to get on each other over stupid crap. If you're ahead of somebody in the game, that's great. You're ahead of somebody. But for the rest of us that aren't, don't say anything until someone actually has said it, which in this case would be me. Once I've said it, talk about it as much as you want. At the same time, hey, if there's a problem, unless you're a moderator of this chat, it's not your job to step in and moderate. That's my job. So again, as far as I'm concerned, I understand why people, can get upset. I understand why people can, get annoyed. But again, there's no reason to get annoyed. We're watching football, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm enjoying myself. So I'm not gonna let something, poo-poo my evening. Anyway, having said that, to a certain extent, we kind of already knew that this game was going to be a back and forth affair. I had no thoughts in my mind that the Lions were going to steamroll the Packers. I knew that wasn't going to happen. Whether or not we would win convincingly with a comfortable lead or not, that was where it was going to be kind of like, okay, how does this one play out? Because realistically, passing the ball, we haven't had really much of a problem. So long as the pass protection is held up, Goff has done very well. The one area we've not really been doing too particularly well in is running the ball. Goff under center, I formation, 2 receivers to the left. Gibbs is in the backfield. Goff snaps it, hands it off to him. Gibbs is going to cut it back, and Gibbs is not going to get much. And there's a flag behind the line of scrimmage, and it's probably going to be against the Lions. We don't have an offense number 50, you idiot. It's like to say, I'm like, there is no 50 on offense. It's a 58. Goff in the gun. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff gets it out quick. Caught by St. Brown, who is given an extra tackle on the end. Goff in the gun. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff throws quick. What the hell just happened? All right. I'll be back in a second, folks. Goff under center, snaps, looks to throw. Goff under center. Goff snaps it, pitches it to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to cut it back inside again, but only gets 2. We are just not getting anything running the ball with Gibbs. Goff in the gun. Dropped by Sam Laporta. Again, one of those few times you don't see that happen that often. I'm doing all right. Chemical. Just looking forward to the ability to close my eyes and go to sleep here in about an hour or so. Goff in the gun, 3rd and 8. Goff looks to throw, gets it out to J-Mo really fast, and J-Mo is going to be a yard or so short. So it's going to be a 4th and 1. And Goff sneaks it and picks up the first. Lions are at midfield. Goff under center. Zylstra in motion. Goff snaps it. Play action. Sets up a screen for Monty. And Monty is going to pick up about 13 yards. Goff under center, 2 receivers to the right, tight end to the right. Goff play action, boot right. Goff is just going to scramble and take it, and he's going to pick up nearly the first down. Picks up about 9 yards. How about the pride ride? Lots of pyro. Goff snaps it. Goff nearly got tackled with the ball in his hands before the freaking handoff. Goff in the gun. Goff snaps it, looks to throw. Goff throws it and just throws it out of the back of the end zone. Goff under center, St. Brown in motion. Goff snaps it, hands it off to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to bounce and is going to pick up about another 6 yards. Goff in the gun, trips to the left. Goff snaps, hands it off to Gibbs on a draw, which is a stupid play. Why? Wow, why? Why would you do that, Johnson? Quick throw. Goff gets it, and it's caught by Tim Patrick. First touchdown of the year for Tim Patrick. Goff with his second throw touchdown of the night. Lions are now back out in front. Kick is up and kick is good. Lions now go back in front by 3. Good job, boys. Well, Campbell did say we needed to get more turnovers, and I know this much. The Lions would love to. I am tired, Perry. I am tired. Kickoff is away and going to be a touchback. Love in the gun. Now it's the pistol after motion at the 30. Love snaps. Going to be a flea flicker. And Love's going to throw it. And it's a pump fake. So they tried to set up some trickery. Didn't like what he saw. Pump faked it. And kind of just threw it away. Second and 10 coming up. Love in the gun again. Love's bringing the man in motion, hands it off to Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to go nowhere. It's going to make about 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and 9 coming up. That timeout might just come back to bite them. Love in the gun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Love snaps the ball, looks to throw, gets some pressure, throws it up, and it is going to be caught, but it's going to be well short of the first down, at least by about 3 yards. So it's going to be 4th down, and the Packers are going to punt. And Packers punt the ball away. And it is going to be fair caught at the 20-21 yard line. Lions will get decent field position to start their next drive. Goff under center. Patrick in motion. Snaps the ball. Play action. Looks to throw. Checks it underneath. Gets it to Montgomery. And Montgomery is going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the catch. Maybe 5, depending upon the spot. Second and 7, Goff under center. Goff snaps it, hands it off to Monty, and Monty is not able to get away. Picks up only a yard. Goff in the gun. Jamo in motion. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff steps, throws, gets it, and it's caught, but it's going to be a short of a yard. Tim Patrick makes the grab. Fourth and 1 for the Lions. Goff will have the offense out there again. 4th and 1. Goff snaps it, pitches it, and Monty's going to be short. We just cannot run the ball tonight. We can't run it. Love in the gun. Love snaps, hands it off to Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards. To be entirely honest, Dean, I think it's a little of both. Because I know the Green Bay Packers have a solid run defense, but at the same time, I'm just not seeing the same pop. I'm not seeing the same energy out of our run defense or our run offense. Second and 7, Love in the gun. Love snaps, play action, looks to throw, dumps it, gets it. Whoa. Love in the gun. And that's the end of the quarter. Fourth quarter coming up. All right. I'll be back in a moment, folks. Love under center at the 7-yard line. Nope, 6, pardon me. Love snaps it. Play action. Looks to throw. Throws it. Pick up about maybe a yard or two. Love under center. Looks like trips tight ends. Love snaps, hands it off, and touchdown. That is the second rushing touchdown that the Lions defense has given up tonight. Goff under center. Goff snaps it. Play action. Goff steps up, throws it. And Tim Patrick with another catch. Goff under center. Two receivers to the right. Goff play action, looks to throw, dumps it overneath, gets it to Demo, and Demo is going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards. Goff under center. Goff snaps it, hands it off to Montgomery. And Montgomery's only going to pick up about 3 yards. Third and 2, Goff in the gun, right in motion. Goff snaps, looks to throw, gets it to St. Brown, and St. Brown's going to pick up more than enough. Goff under center at the 38-yard line. Goff snaps it, Hands it off to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to try and find something, and again, not much. Second and 8 coming up. J-Mo in motion. Goff snaps, looks to throw, steps up. Goff throws it, and it is caught by Sam Laporta. Laporta making a great grab there on a bullet from Goff. Goff under center. Laporta in motion. Goff snaps it. It's going to be a fake pitch end around for St. Brown, and St. Brown's going to get a first down. Goff in the gun. St. Brown in motion. Goff snaps, hands it off to Demo, and Demo is going to power for a couple of yards, picks up about 3. Second and goal coming up for the Lions. Goff under center, weak eye formation, man in motion. Goff snaps, pitches it, and Montgomery is only going to get to the 2 or the 1. It's going to be third and goal coming up. Goff under center. Zylstra in motion. Goff snaps. Play action. Goff back the other way. Throws it to Tim Patrick. And Patrick with his second touchdown of the night. Goff with his third passing touchdown of the night. 2 of them to Tim Patrick. And the Lions are now back in front again. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Lions extend their lead back to 3. There's a reason why we picked him up, Brian. He was supposed to be our replacement for Josh Reynolds. And if you think about it, he's got the same speed, but he's bigger, and he has more to offer. All right. I'll be back in a moment, folks. Kickoff is going away and going to be in the back of the end zone. Touchback. Love snaps it, and there's a flag. Looks like it's going to be a false start. Love under center. Love snaps, hands it off to Jacobs, and Jacobs gets pulverized for another hit by Carlton Davis. Man, these backs are just lighting up these Packers. Love under center. Love snaps, play action, blitz, and Love throws it. How in the hell? How in the hell Wow. Campbell, you had a free shot at the freaking quarterback. And then on top of that, snap, pitch, and Jacobs is going to try and cut it back and gets nowhere. Love in the pistol. Snaps, looks to throw. Love is going to throw and gets it to Wicks and breaks the tackle and gets inside the red zone. Based upon what I'm seeing, he's probably cramping. Looks like it's cramps. They did say he was trying to put a heat pack on his calf. Chances are he's cramping up. Probably what he needs is an IV, something to get some fluids in him. Love is in the gun. Going to be an empty backfield. Love snaps, looks to throw. Little pressure. Love under center, two tight end formation, two receivers, single back. Receiver comes in tight. Love snaps, hands it off to Jacobs, and Jacobs is going to get maybe a yard or two. Jordan Love in the gun, dual backs, man in motion. Love snaps, looks to throw, starts rolling, throws it, and there's flags everywhere. It's going to be most likely against the Packers for offensive holding. Second and goal at the 16-yard line. Love is in the gun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snaps the ball, looks to throw. Love's getting pressured. Love throws it up and is going to just have to throw it away as he was getting pressure. Third and goal at the 16. Third and goal, 16-yard line. Love in the gun, trips to the left, man in motion from the left back to the left. Love looks to throw, steps back. Love steps up under pressure. Love is going to go down. And that's it. Picks up by 1 or 2 yards, so it's going to be 4th and goal from the 13 or 14-yard line. Lions defense finally comes through and gets a stop. Wouldn't surprise me. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Game is now tied with 3:38 to go. So think about this, folks. Think about this. There's 3.5 minutes left to play. Lions have all 3 of their timeouts. Packers, remember, they only have 2. Because Jordan Love had to burn 1 timeout so that way they didn't get a delay of game penalty. Let me ask you this question. What do you think would they have? What do you think they would rather have at this point? That extra timeout or have averted that 5-yard penalty? And then think about this. This is the type of drive where the Lions are infamous for chewing up clock. You can chew up 1.5 minutes, no problem. It's once you hit that 2-minute warning that everything starts expanding itself very much. So the way I look at it, Lions need to get down to the 2-minute warning, so they have to burn at least 1.5 minutes. Then, once they get to that point, they're going to need at least to get 1 first down, to at least ensure that the Packers have to burn at least 1 timeout. If they can get 2, absolutely they'll have to burn them. And then at that point, the Lions can play their game the way they want to. So this is literally what you want if you're playing football. You want to have the ability to make the last plays of the game to win the game. You want to have the ball in your possession. Because let me put it to you this way. There is no feeling worse in the world for an offense to be on the sideline, not being able to do anything, feeling a sense of helplessness. And think about it. The Lions are the best offense in football. So the Packers are not going to have to kick the ball back to said offense that has two different types of running backs, has however many different types of receivers, and you've got probably the most ridiculously crazy trickster as far as a play caller on the opposite sideline. So the way I look at it is very simple. Chew out at least a minute and a half of that clock. Once you get to the 2-minute warning, burn those 2 timeouts from the Packers, and then extend the lead and get the hell out of there. Goff under center, 12-man formation. Goff snaps it. Play action, looks to throw. Goff gets it out, throws it to J-Mo. Big throw and catch. Right in front of the offensive coordinator. Big gain by J-Mo. Great throw, great catch. J-Mo in motion, Goff under center, Goff snaps it. Play action, boot right, throws it, gets it to Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick's going to pick up another first down. Tim Patrick is just having himself a game. 2 touchdowns, multiple catches. Lions need to slow it down just a little bit, though. You want to keep the tempo, you want to keep the momentum, but you also want to burn clock. Goff under center, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Goff snaps it, hands it off to Gibbs on a pitch. Going to be a pick of 1 or 2 yards. Clock's going to keep running. Down to about 2.5 now. Do you want to keep the John Doe? You're going to have to explain that or retype that because I'm not quite understanding where you're going with that. 2nd and 9. 2 minutes 10 seconds. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Goff snaps it, looks to throw, throws it out to Gibbs, and going to get out of bounds. Going to stop the clock at 1 second before the 2-minute warning. Literally 1 second before the 2-minute warning. And LaFleur is pissed. LaFleur is pissed. He is so pissed right now because of the fact that they have that 1 second. Because think about it, folks. As soon as the play starts, it's going to go over that 2-minute period, and then the 2-minute warning will then start once the play's over. Goff in the gun. Goff looks to throw, sets up a screen to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to get the first down. And so, think about this, folks. With 1:55 left, now the 2-minute warning starts. So the Lions, by the Packers tackling Gibbs out bounds, they were able to take off an extra 6 seconds off the clock without having to use the 2-minute warning. So now that's 5 less seconds that the Packers have to work with. So think about it. There's now 1 minute and 55 seconds left. The Packers only have 2 timeouts. So again, all the Lions have to do is either get 2 first downs to burn out those 2 timeouts, or, they run the ball, get the clock running, and then they have to burn 1 timeout to stop it. Then they have to use the other timeout to stop it. And then, boom, 3rd down, you get the first down. That's it. So the Lions are in a very good position. Just keep doing what you're doing. Burn the clock. And now you've got one of 2 ways you can win the game. You can either take the ball all the way down to the end zone and score a touchdown and leave no room for doubt, or you can put the ball in your special teams, give it to Jake Bates to kick it through, and there you go. At this point, the only thing the Lions have to worry about is burn the clock to as close to a 0-0 as possible, while also getting those timeouts burned off of the Packers. And again, I'm telling you, you think about it, folks. The Packers right now, I guarantee you, they're probably on the sideline saying, man, was that timeout really saving a 5-yard penalty? Because think about it. That's all that timeout did, is it saved them a delay of game penalty. It saved them 5 yards. Which do you think is more important at this point in the game? The 5 yards or having an extra timeout? Of course he's going to keep whining. That's what LaFleur does. LaFleur just whines. LaFleur has absolutely no problem of whining when things don't go his way. All right, back to the game. First and 10, St. Brown in motion, 2 tight ends to the left. Goff snaps it, play action, sets up a screen, gets it to Demo. Demo is going to stay in bounds, picks up another 3 yards. But there's a late flag, and it looks like it's against Green Bay. Fans are clapping, and Penei Sewell was pointing towards the Packers, so this could be against Green Bay. Don't know exactly if that's the case or not, but we're about to find out here. Look at Campbell. He's like, that's on us? Dude, that's such a weak call right there. Dude, that is such a weak call. That was a weak-ass call if ever there was one. Whatever. We take adversity on the chin. We're gritty. We'll figure it out. Goff under center. 2 receivers to the right. Goff snaps it. Hands it off to Demo. Demo is going to power up about an extra 3 yards. And the Packers have now already burned all of their timeouts. Packers have burned every timeout they have. It is only 2nd down. Think about that. They have burned all their timeouts, and Packers have 1 timeout. I thought they'd burned both of them because I kept hearing someone say both. All right, 2nd and 17 coming up. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Goff snaps, looks to throw. Goff steps up, throws it, gets it to St. Brown. St. Brown's going to get a first down. And that right there is going to be the Packers' last timeout. With 1:31 to go, that's a first down. And you know what? If I was Dan Campbell, I would make a point to be like, you know what? You guys wanted to talk all this smack throughout the year. You don't respect us. You're going to try and injure our players. Oh, we're not worried about St. Brown. Okay, we'll show you how wrong you were. I would not only score the touchdown, but I would do it in the most embarrassing way imaginable. Wow, they're going to say he didn't get a first down. They're going to say it was a third down and inches. Dean, don't even say that. No, this is not, I'm just going to say this, but I'm not trying to be rude. This is not the time to get fucking cute. This is one of those where it's like, listen, you play it safe, you play it smart, you get the points, you get the hell out with the win. Lions only need to snap the ball one time, pick up enough for the first. "43 seconds on the clock." So what do you, dude, what do you guys think? Do you think we go for it or you think we kick it? To answer your question, Jacob, if we were to kick a field goal, it would be a 38-yard field goal. So think about that. You've got one of two options. You can either kick it and get the 3 points, but you would still give Jordan Love about 35, 40 seconds to potentially come back and tie the game to go to overtime. But it looks like the Lions are going to try and go for it. We're about to see what happens here. If the Lions actually go for it or if they're going to kick it. They're going to go for it. Woo! Shoo! Woo! Freaking Glasgow stepped on his foot, but it didn't matter. Dude, DC, you say the balls. Low Esteem, you say that was ballsy. The only image I've got in my head is freaking Dan Campbell with that South Park meme with the balls in the freaking wheelbarrow. That's the only image I've got in my head right now because, dude, I saw that trip and I'm like, oh, we are fudged. And look at old Matt LaFleur. We ain't won yet. I'm not saying we've won until I see triple zeros and I see us with the lead in front of the Packers. That's when I'll say we won. All right, Jacob, here's what happened. We go for it on 4th and inches. Goff brings tight end in motion from left to right. Goff snaps the ball. He reverse pivots. He gets stepped on by Graham Glasgow to where he stumbles out of his pivot, gets the ball barely to Montgomery. Montgomery picks up the first down anyway. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2 seconds left on the clock. Lions will take the timeout. Jake Bates, do what you do, buddy. Think about this, folks. Think about this. Lions had 13 players on IR coming into this game, most of them on defense. We then lose Ali McNeil halfway through the game, and then we also have Brian Branch leave the game with cramps. "35-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. Lions win. Lions win. I encourage you all that have Facebook, please, by all means, go on to every freaking NFC North, trash talk page you can find and make Packers fans eat and drink their hearts out because they're going to have salty tears and they're going to be freaking just absolutely all week. Whew. Wow. Well, I can say this. The Lions have now set a new record with 11 straight wins. That's now the longest win streak in the entirety of franchise history. And with that victory, the Lions have secured a playoff spot. The Lions have officially earned their playoff spot for this year. They have clinched a playoff berth. So not only do the Lions win the game, sweep the Packers, but they also get a playoff spot. And here's the best part about this. Here's the best part. Not only do the Lions sweep the Packers, which is absolutely just wonderful, but now we have a mini bye week before we play the Bills. Think about that. Since we played Thursday this week, we get all of this week remaining, and then we get next week to get ready for the Bills. 360 Smooth, I've actually already figured that out. I'm going to make an episode about that. I'm probably going to release it sometime tomorrow. Might be later on in the day, because obviously I'm going to have to talk about this game because I am not doing a post-game show. But point of the matter is that Lions secure their playoff spot. Lions sweep the Packers. Lions also extend their win streak to 11 straight, which is a franchise record. Well, here's the thing, Perry. Chances are we're probably going to get back DJ Reader, who didn't play this game because it was a shoulder injury. Chances are he'll be fine. I'm pretty confident Branch will be back. Depending upon what the injury is, as far as the head injury that McNeil got, he might be able to play next week. I don't know. But well, Nicholas, what 360 Smooth was saying is how we do it, not the simplicity of, oh, what do we have to do? Yeah, everybody knows we have to have a better record than Philly. The real question is, how do we do it? But Decker, I think, will probably have a pretty good shot at getting back for the game against the Bills because he'll have had a full 3 weeks to recover because he didn't play this game. He didn't play last game. So it's like, listen, he should have had 3 weeks to be fully, recovered in time for the game against the Bills. Let's see here. Who else could we potentially get back? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I know that when it comes to certain players, I'm very anxious to get back. I'm very anxious to get Alex Anzalone back. I'm very anxious to get back some of the defensive interior linemen that we lost, whether it's Pascal or Levi. Neil, if you want me to be on the show, I don't care. Just send me the link. Send me the link in whatever facet you have, whether it's Messenger, whether it's email. I don't care. But what was I going to say? Yeah, honestly, I think it's a good thing that the Lions are going to get this mini bye week because it's going to allow them to heal up. It's going to allow them to get plenty of time to actually rest for the actual, major like Super Bowl preview we've got coming up against the Bills. So that's going to be a very interesting game. I would be happy if for that game we were to get, Decker back, DJ Reader, Pascal, Levi, and a bunch of the other guys. Aleem, obviously. I'm pretty sure Branch is fine. He's just probably got cramps. So, again, I feel pretty good. Lions at 12-1 have not only matched the most wins they've ever had in a season, they have broken their record for the most wins in a row in a season. They swept the Packers. And on top of that, they secured their playoff spot. As of right now, Nicholas, I don't think it is a primetime game. I have to check. Let me just check really quickly here. Lions versus Bills. Here we go. No, Lions versus Bills is not a primetime game. It's going to be in the 425 slot, which would be Fox's game of the week. And if I recall correctly, if you're going to flex a game, you have to give it at least a couple, I think it's a week's notice. So if the Lions and the Bills game does get flexed, they're going to have to do it here really quickly. So, but yeah, lots of things happen tonight. Sweep the Packers, clinch our playoff spot, break our franchise record for most wins in a row, tie again our record for, most wins in a season. So it's we did a lot of shit tonight. Great win especially considering the fact that we had a number of players out with injury, lost even more players throughout the game with injury. One, not really all that serious in my opinion. The other one, don't know anything about just yet, but typically whenever it's a head or neck injury, it's usually not good. But, all right, folks, it has been a pleasure. Unfortunately, I do have work tomorrow, so I'm going to have to cut this short so that way I can then get up again in a couple of hours, so then that way I can make my content for tomorrow. So if you all will excuse me, I am going to have to go to get a shower and then go to bed so that way I can get up and make content for you all in the morning. But great win, great victory. Love the fact that our Lions are able to, under the most adverse conditions, figure a way to make stuff work. So until tomorrow, I will talk to you guys then. And obviously, as I just stated with the one dude, apparently I'm going to be doing another show at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So you guys are going to see plenty of me. But until then, I'm going to say good night. Wish you all the best. Feel awesome in the fact that we're Lions fans, everybody. 12-1. And I tell you this right now, just as a personal favor from me, fucking roast the hell out of Packers fans as much as you possibly can. Like, please do so. Because a lot of Packers fans were talking some mad shit this week, especially in NFC North conversation groups. And believe you me, I'm going to have so much fun. So much fun. But anyway, one pride, everybody. Good night. God bless.